Vikings Banter.
Holy shit.
Live at Barney's Beanery
I feel like
today.
we usually have headphones.
We love it.
You never had
I've never had headphones.
No, we haven't done headphones. We got Kat, Luke, Johnny in the place.
Hi.
Huge game. I have changed. I'm different now.
How are you different? You're
Oh,
never
it's
off the
everything.
tanking.
It's because he's got the
Everything
smelling
changed.
salt.
Yeah,
that's why he's
that's
changed.
No, everything changed for me.
Yeah. Well, Addison's back to a wide receiver 1 in your book.
Wide receiver 1.
No,
Best
he's
duo
like
in the
a
league.
good. No, he's a perfect number 2. That he can,
there
like-
you go.
Yeah.
Look at you.
He's a number 1. But he filled in right.
Atomic Rhino, our new sponsor for Vikings Banter.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
No,
I thought we were joking.
no, we don't have any real sponsors. That's a lie.
Oh, okay. No, then let's rewind. It's our sponsor.
Yeah.
Hi. You can bring it
Yeah.
up
Brittany's on the show.
Hey.
The back of Brittany's head.
Yay.
So I want to start with
Thank you.
optimism, Johnny. I know that you have some. I'd love to hear it.
John is always optimistic. Are we turning down the music?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Brittany,
I'm,
will you turn down the
I'm
music a little bit?
just gotta
That'd be
say,
That'd be
amazing.
great.
Thank
Thank
you.
okay, are we good to roll or what?
We're ready.
We're here for you.
Right on. Yeah, just gotta say, super excited after the Vikings beat the Niners. Everyone thought that was an auto loss, but
Except
we
for
definitely took care of
Johnny
business.
Speaks.
We had a nice
think
score
LJ called
before
it, too.
halftime. Kirk played his best game, arguably of his career.
Oh,
And here we
let's
are.
slow that down.
3-4 and ready to go back to 500 at Green Bay this week. I love it.
I'm not going to give Kirk his best career game. Kirk has had some very, very good games. He is so underrated. So I'm going to come in here. I've been very negative, and I realize
Are you reformed?
I'm not reformed. I just like John's been saying it for weeks, and I can accept it now that we just can't tank. We're not bad enough. I wish we could, and I wish we were tanking, but we won the game. We've been close in other games that we should have won, and it's fucking annoying that we haven't won those games. Looking back at the
sure.
schedule, and it's just like the Bucks and the Chargers, and you're like the Eagles,
Bucks
we
and
lose.
Chargers are
But
the
those
two
two
main ones,
games,
yeah.
it's like,
But
come
we were
on,
in
you
it
know?
for the Eagles game. Until the
We
end.
lost by 2 touchdowns.
We were in it.
But I don't
though.
expect to beat them.
No.
They look very good. Them and the Chiefs look very good.
We had to get the cobwebs out.
Look, they're impressing me. They're getting better defensively every
Whoa.
week. And now it's like, at this point, fuck it. It's like a last dance. You know, it's like the Jordan Bulls documentary where you're just like, dude, that thing might be leaking through. Your face is turning the color of it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I feel like I have to be optimistic. It's not even about like wanting to be. It's like, fuck it. This is the team. That was an impressive win. Everything seems to be like turning around now without Justin Jefferson, which is good. It's like, okay, we can win without Justin, which means when Justin comes back, this is going to be a fucking nasty duo.
Also,
Well, let's give the
how-
flowers to the people that need the flowers. Because there
Kirk.
was some players that stepped the fuck up.
Oh,
That was
absolutely.
fun to see.
This was the Addison game, man. Like, this will forever be known as the Addison game. Like, he went from college kid to like a man in one night.
This is basically like
Yeah,
Addison's
thank you so much.
Randy Moss's
Thank you.
Cowboy game, right? That's a great number 2 wide receiver for the rest of his life.
I can't put him on Moss's.
No, I'm saying
that's
as
the
is like
greatest.
this is like his little breakout game now.
This is his coming out party. JJ wasn't there. My skepticism was, you've done well so far facing 2 coverage. Let's see what happens when you face 1 coverage, and that's the best defense in the NFL. Like, you got Monday night when Kirk is supposed to suck. You got, coming off a loss when everyone thought, here we go, bounce back game. They're pissed off. And it looked, early on, they
Kirk's
threw that.
on prime time.
Kirk threw that tight pass to Addison. Charvarius Ward stepped in and just ripped it out of Addison's hands like a bitch and was like, you're a fucking rookie. I'm a stud. Go back to the bench. And it looked like that's how shit was going to play out.
Right.
And then what did Addison do? Let me get the quote real quick.
Snatch. Oh, wait. Ooh, there's a quote. I
It
love
was a
it.
quote. It was nice. Addison, after the game, said, good job by the defender, but after that play, all I was thinking about was I have to kill the rest of the game. He wasn't going to get it twice. I needed all of that back.
Love
End
it.
quote. And that's exactly what he did. Almost identical play.
Right.
Comes into the, a little thrown, a little behind him. Charvarius Ward gets his hands on it. Addison ripped that shit out of his hands, took it to the end zone at the half.
I mean, that's one of the
That was
best plays
fucking
this
nasty.
season, like in the NFL.
It means
That
more
was
to
dope.
us. It wasn't like a high-flying
Yeah,
one
but-
hand. It wasn't Justin Jefferson in Buffalo.
It doesn't
but it's
matter.
a fucking
It was a
dog
dope play.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he got beat and he came back, you know? I want to
That
know,
was a dog
so
play.
how did you guys feel about the O-line? I mean, I had Niners fans just blowing up my DM, blowing up my phone. They're like, you guys are holding on every fucking call, blah, blah, blah. Thoughts on the O-line?
They can hold this dick. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut
yeah,
up,
they're
Niners
not holding
fans.
it in every play. That's a silly argument.
I know, I'm like, I'm not seeing it. They're like, of course you're not seeing it. I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah.
You know when you're getting like calls, and I just don't think we were.
You know what we say to that?
No, we're definitely not holding in every play. We
Yes.
played the O-line played amazing. I was surprised at how well Bradbury played. He's finally coming together as a nice center in the NFL. Ed Ingram, we had no complaints about him. I believe Cousins, 0 sacks on Kirk Cousins. It's unheard of because it's always been a sore spot, constantly griping about the O-line, especially the interior O-line, but played very well. And it was exciting to see that we're one of the top-rated units in the NFL. Elite, I might say. So
On the outside.
something to look forward to. And if we can keep Kirk upright, there's no reason why we don't win a lot of games here towards the rest of the season.
How does it feel that you guys are like on the same page today? It's kind of weird.
I mean, we started this way. I thought we would be good this year, but it's just been like I'm just going with the ride, and the ride has been up and down. But yeah, look, like
That's the Vikings
forecasting.
fan.
Yeah, exactly. But like last year, it was just it felt special. But I'm excited because this year it's like, okay, this is a real, like, we're facing adversity. You got to win without Kirk. The real test now is going to be, I'm curious to see how Kwesi views this team, because we're going to find out real quick.
With
With-
Danielle.
With whatever, like John sent a link about Pat Surtain, the
Yeah.
elite corner on the Broncos, being possibly available for trade. We all know that's our soft spot.
Yeah.
If depending on what Kwesi does in the next 2 weeks until the trade deadline, that's really gonna
Isn't it?
is
the
it next
We have
week?
31st
13
is
days
next
left.
week.
Oh, it's next week. Yeah,
It's the
I'm thinking of
Halloween.
my fantasy
Oh.
trade deadlines in
Okay.
2 weeks. Yeah, no, this is the last week. So, do you believe in this team?
What
Do you
would
make
we
a
have
trade,
to give
or
up for?
do you give away a player and then we know you don't believe in shit?
What would we have to give up for?
See, that's the
Yeah.
thing. You don't have to give up a whole lot for these
Right.
guys. It's like 3rd and 4th round picks 2 years down the road.
Mhm.
You can grab a guy like, let's say, a Carl Lawson for the New York
But if
Jets,
we're
like a
in, like-
defensive end we can pair with Hunter, and then people think, oh, it's going to be a 1-year rental. But in my mind, I think you kind of look at it in this way, where you trade him and then sign him long term, and then let Hunter leave in free agency and get your compensatory pick. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
The tough thing
Versus
is
just
like
having, I know a lot of people just say it's a rental, but even with the Surtain deal, it's like I would love to lock him up long term after we trade for him. And I mean, we need a corner anyways
Right.
in this offense. And I think if you've got to look at Brian Flores and ask him, hey, which one of these players fits our scheme? Is it going to be that interior guy, the defensive lineman on the Panthers? Is it going to be a Brian Burns type player? Is it going to be a Carl Lawson that we really covet, we really cherish, and we think, hey, if we add him to this team, it's going to be a real difference maker on defense, one that'll push us over the edge. But I definitely, I will make a comment. I think we do need to add 1 or 2 more pieces.
Absolutely.
There's no question in my mind. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We need more talent. The team's fighting hard. The offense is working. The offensive line is great. Running back is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. We still don't have 1 rushing touchdown this entire season. And now Cam Akers has taken over, it looks like taken over as the lead back. He outtouched Madison 12-10.
which are we mad at?
I mean, I just don't like either of them. Like Madison, it's sad because he was so good backing up Dalvin Cook,
He just,
mini
like, can't
Dalvin,
hold on
and
to
then
the
he
ball.
gets the job, and you just don't do shit with it. And we
Yeah.
have one of the best offensive lines. I think it's the #1 run blocking line in the league. These guys just aren't breaking tackles, and they're not breaking for big plays. It's so
Do
pathetic.
you think it's the same thing that was going on with Delvin, though? It's just it's more about scheme and how we don't really even leverage.
But
We don't
Dalvin's
even
still
give good
broke.
opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dalvin's
No,
like,
yeah, we're
well,
not
he
dedicated
was
to
a
the run
player.
by any means. Like, we are a passing team through and through.
Sure.
But you've got to, like, get some pressure off Kirk and these wide receivers and, like, get 7-8 yards downfield. Like they're each getting 3 yards per carry. Like this is a bad run game. So I don't know if it, I like the idea. I was floating it because Derrick Henry is also available. Like what if we brought in some bruiser? Like that's a 1 year. You're not re-signing him long term. I don't know what the Titans want, but it's not a lot because he's old and banged up. But I'm curious to see what happens with Derrick Henry. I don't think we're going to go after him, but I thought it would be kind of cool to see
that would actually be really
new running back in the scheme, because I just believe those two are soft. Somebody's got to break. Like I watch all these other teams, guys break, guys come out of nowhere, or put Ty Chandler back in, man. He was looking nice. Yep. I don't get it. But
Ty Chandler has looked very nice in small sample size. I don't think he got 3 touches. I really like that gadget play that we had where we threw it to Addison. And do you guys remember that one? That was called back on penalty.
Yeah.
But that play, Ty Chandler's got the fake punt as well. Picked up a first down. We had that nice gadget play with him. I think you've definitely got to include him more in the offense. Madison doesn't really have any spark or jolt to his game whatsoever right now. He doesn't have a 20-yard run. I believe our team in general doesn't have a 20-yard run in the whole year. But yeah, it's been pretty embarrassing watching some of the schemes, especially on 1st and goal. We tried to send Kirk on the QB sneak there.
Oh God!
Tried to be a little cute and creative with the run game, but it totally didn't work. Blew up in our face.
What would that work for
It
Kirk?
looked so bad. We are not good at running that play. Definitely need to work on that in practice. Or totally throw it out. One
or
of the
just
two.
Throw it out.
Get rid of it.
Just
Everyone's
don't.
trying to copy the tush push. It's like everybody trying to copy the Warriors in the NBA. Like, oh, Steph and Clay do it. Let's launch threes. No, they have the 2 best shooters in the fucking history of the NBA. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah,
and then we see the tush push, and we're like, oh, their quarterback bench squats 600 pounds. Our quarterback doesn't squat 600 pounds. Stop sending him to do a fucking tush push. Never again. I never want to see that play again from us. The Eagles, it's unstoppable. Yeah, no. What was I ranting about?
Well, so do you think our front office has gone through as much of a pendulum as we did in this, right? Because they also had to be like rational about where we were last week, and then maybe a little bit irrational about, okay, maybe we have a chance. Like, let's say we do beat the Packers. Now we are in a space where it's like we're starting to stack things that matter, especially like in our division.
Isn't it wild that we've only played 1 divisional game?
Yeah.
Like,
so we haven't hurt ourselves really yet, which is odd too. So for that though, do we have the ability to actually like entice these like 1-year deals to come to our team? Do we have enough leverage
next
to
year?
even do it?
No, this year.
Well, this year, I mean, trade, they have, it's not up to them. Like, they go where they're traded to. But
we have, like, those deep, like, 3rd and 2nd round picks. Do we have any stacked up to be able to use extra of?
Oh, yeah, no, we've got all our picks. Well, we're not lacking that. You know? But it's who do you take the risks on, because we're so strapped with cap that if you start giving away all our picks and then next year everybody walks because there's a lot of guys on 1-year deals and deals expiring, then you have no picks and no money and no players because they're all walking, and then you're kind of fucked. Then you're in a scary spot. So I'm curious to see what Kwesi does if there's guys like Pat Surtain who we can get this guy, but then we got to lock him up for the next 4 or 5 years. Like, I'm curious to see what his plan is.
Does losing Kirk next year free up so much that we can completely bring in a bunch of other guys? Or that's that weird part of all this is we still are so top heavy in the way that our team's built.
Oh,
it doesn't make a lot of sense to just grab a random dude for 1 season to get into to go into the playoffs.
Well, I think that's the last dance thing is I can't envision us signing Kirk again after this season. Like, I just don't see it working monetarily mostly. So it's like you've kind of got to see how far this team can go, because next year we have no idea what this team's going to look like, especially if we win some games, for the rest of the season, which I still see us, like we both said, the Lions are fucking frauds. Like, they came out and looked like shit against another team that's actually good, not great. I don't think the Ravens are some powerhouse. This is what the Ravens do until Lamar gets hurt. So the Lions don't impress me. This is our division still. You know, the Packers suck. Hopefully, I mean, god damn, if we lose to the Packers this week and I have to come back next week after doing this positive bullshit and I have to then respond to Packers, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll deal with that next week.
Yeah, this is definitely a real test to whether or not this team is legit and be taken seriously. Like, you start to lean towards the tanking side if we lose to Green Bay.
And then you're coming back.
Unfortunately, you've got to keep your guard up with this.
Yeah.
And you have to take down Green Bay.
And it's at Green Bay,
especially
right?
how they lost on the road to the Broncos. Yeah. This guy, Jordan Love, is not it. Doesn't scare me. No. They have too many injuries on defense. Darnell Savage is out. They got another guy out. I think it's time for us to take advantage coming off of this. Like Kirk said, we got to start stacking these wins, especially in the NFC North. We can't afford to lose any divisional games, especially how we lost to the Buccaneers, especially how we lost to the Chargers, put ourselves in really tough situations. You know,
well, we need to come out and stomp.
If we come back and we beat the Packers, I don't care if it's an ugly win, if we look like shit. We just need to come out of there with the W, period.
No, we need to come out and stomp. We need a fucking just destroy divisional win.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%.
I can't.
The
deal
Bears
with
was too
close
embarrassing.
Fucking game.
Yeah.
That's coming down to the end. Like, I haven't exhaled in a game this season. Even
well,
with last week,
either
like,
last
we're winning.
year,
You know it's not going to be a comfortable win for us.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
not how things have been this year. We play teams way too tight. It's been happening in the Kevin O'Connell years, and you just hope that he can scheme a little bit better. And I will say, I do like his scheming without Justin Jefferson. It seems like he's trying to be a little bit more creative, how the way he's getting guys the ball, the way he's trying to create separation. Brandon Powell looks promising.
Stop it.
I'm not going to say
Stop it
good.
with the Brandon Powell.
Not going to say good, but I'm going to say promising. And it's been exciting to see that we at least have one guy that can step up in the absence of JJ.
Yeah, TJ, I mean, LJ might just kill himself. TJ is so annoying.
Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
are you going to be elite,
open,
man?
can't catch the ball. He did play better, though.
Played all right.
He played okay.
No.
It was nice to
much
see.
Improved. He looked like he was
gets
playing
so
angry,
many targets.
And he left the game and he came back in. I'd love to see that. Same with Addison.
That looked a little weird.
The problem with him, though, is
thing.
like with the way he's getting paid and who he is, and like even our quarterback, when it's like first and freaking we're on the 7-yard line, 5-yard line, we should immediately go, oh, this is like an easy, just like throw it up to Hawk.
Yeah.
Like he has to be that guy, and you can see us trying to do it, and then we like force it into these other coverages, tossing it into Addison, and then you see like balls getting batted because you're not able to just throw like a high flying ball that only TJ would come down with, and that's just annoying to see. Like that should be like a bread and butter play with how much he's getting paid and what we should be able to do with it.
Yeah, I agree. He needs to look at Adam Thielen tape over the last 5 years and just hit those, step, boom, touchdown, the automatic plays that we just, it looks
so easy.
like every time we get to the red zone, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be grinding. We're at the 1 yard line, first and goal on the 1, and we're like, then you're at third down. You're just like, I can't take this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on Cock or just the players, but those are the plays. But look, we're still early in the season. For all we've gone through, we're not even halfway yet. We haven't reached our bye yet.
Who's after Green Bay?
So we have Green Bay on the road, then we have Atlanta on the road, and then we get New Orleans at home.
Yep.
So those are 3 games we should win.
And then
New
Broncos.
Orleans is a little tough.
Atlanta
They have a good
one's
defense.
Really tough for me too.
Atlanta sucks. I'm so over the Atlanta
Except
hype.
they always win the field goal now with Koo.
Oh, well, yeah, Young Wei is a beast. That guy fucks, but...
Yeah, but they always get to the, they always is 10 seconds left in the game.
Because they have a great O-line. They play tough defense. They got one of the biggest pickups in free agency in Jesse Bates. The safety's been all-pro all year. They've got good stuff, but also they're playing in a weak-ass division. Yeah. I mean, I say that having lost to the Bucs, but it's a weak-ass division. Hopefully we run through them. We've got our shit back together. Then we get JJ back, hopefully, for New Orleans. And then...
Imagine this offense, JJ and Addison. Man.
Yeah. Well, that's why this was so important.
I just, I love to see the confidence Kirk has with Addison even. He's letting it fly. He's letting it rip with anticipation. there was a play in the fourth quarter against the Niners. They called pass interference, or it might have been illegal contact, but he did one of those outbreaking plays, and then it was like a out and up type play, and Kirk just let that ball fly, and I couldn't believe it. It was totally in anticipation in space where Addison is, and that's like to me that's a very high level type throw, and to see him trust Addison like that was amazing, and you can see that our offense is definitely becoming special with him involved. So that's definitely encouraging to see, and
Justin.
I think we're going to be scary good when those two are in the field together. If we can finally manage, find a way to sort of have them both going deep, or do some exotic crossing patterns with them, I think it'll be good.
Well, yeah, that's on Cock. Like, he's got to now see what McVay is doing with the Rams again, because I always go back to the Rams. That's where he's from. McVay's doing it now with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, where you're getting two guys involved. Before, he was doing it with Kupp and Robert Woods. Like, you can have two guys eat in this type of offense, and that's exactly what needs to happen when JJ comes back, to keep JJ upright, to not force dumb shit throws that end up in interceptions. You know, someone's got to take the heat off him, and this is the perfect situation where, because if JJ was still healthy, Addison would not be getting, 10 targets a game. This is big for Addison's growth. Right now, Addison is second in the league in wide receiver touchdowns. In the league.
Wow.
Like, only Tyreek Hill has more touchdowns.
Is he really?
How did
He has
he
6
stack
and
touchdowns.
I have him on fantasy. I should know that.
Well, now the yards are stacking up. This was his first 100-yard game.
Yeah.
But before, Justin was getting all the attention with the yardage. He was driving the field, and then they would just oh, Addison's open in the end zone. But now he's got 6 touchdowns. Tyreek's the only one with 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is weird because obviously watching every Vikings game, nothing about Addison is stuck out.
No.
In the last 4 or 5 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, wait, how? Now he comes out of nowhere with these stats, and everyone's comparing it to it was Randy Moss and T.O. or something like that. And you're like,
I know
how
which
did
one
he
you're
get in
talking
this
about.
top echelon of the first however many games as a rookie out of nowhere?
Yeah, so the stat you're referring to is he's the 4th receiver in the last 40 years to have 400 or more receiving yards and 6 touchdowns in his first 7 games. The 4th one ever. He's with Jamar Chase, who just did it a couple years ago, Marcus Colston, and Randy Moss.
Which, isn't that exactly what you want from your rookie receivers? To quietly be just dominating? That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And look,
maybe you're starting to see, too, he might have created a little bit of Kenny Pickett, what Kenny Pickett did there for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then maybe now when we look at Caleb Williams, we're thinking, okay, how much of this was Jordan Addison and how much of this is Caleb Williams?
Well, Caleb Williams, I don't know if you're aware.
Is Addison that much of a difference maker creating these quarterbacks?
I don't know if you're aware, but Caleb Williams is still in college and Addison's not, and Caleb Williams has 30 touchdowns and 1 interception. So, or actually, I think he's now.
But
Caleb Williams,
I see you getting close to the camera.
You got me high on Caleb Williams, obviously.
Yeah.
So then I'm I'm obviously a huge USC football fan. That's all I care about after the Vikings.
Roll Toms.
And then, but watching them lose and him sit on the bench and not really be a part of the
of losing.
But his team was in it. Yeah. And he just is chilling on the bench. I'm like, this is not a quarterback move. It was a weird one to see.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're not in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes anymore. That ship has sailed. So I'm not going to, make it a Caleb Williams show again. But as a USC fan, you're mad, right? It's tough because I hate Lincoln Riley has not brought a good defensive coordinator in, and it's the same guy 2 years in a row, and the defense just gets fucking eaten up, and it's embarrassing. And
so
then
you understand his gripe.
I understand that first, I assume there's frustration. He's also a kid. I don't expect, in college, it's the coach who leads, and then when you get to the league, you've got to take over.
Yeah, but
as
if you're
and
you're stepping up to be an NFL quarterback, which you are, this entire campaign is. Yeah. You have to showcase that to teams.
Of
you don't
course.
think on draft night, when they're analyzing him, they are gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
they're gonna
but they
talk
don't
about
care because his
they
talent
don't
is
care.
so much higher.
But they're gonna talk about it.
But you look at all college quarterbacks; they've all got
his talent is so high.
It's his talent.
That's
his
really break
you always need negative things to say on the draft night. It's gonna happen.
Everyone has negative things to say, but I don't look at. There's so many teams, there's so many quarterbacks. different teams are run differently. They're young. Like, I still fully expect him to embrace the leadership role. I mean, Jameis Winston was one of the biggest leaders, cheerleaders, standing on the sideline, rooting on every fucking player, biting W's. Like, this guy doesn't shut the fuck up of celebrating and trying to lead his team. And every player he's ever played with fucking hates him, and he sucks ass on the field. So it's like, you know, it can go either way this with this kind of stuff. But back to Addison, we obviously dove deep into him on draft night.
In and on him.
And on him, all around him.
It's the way it should be.
So yeah, like we were saying, he doesn't jump off the page. You never like 6 touchdowns. When did this happen? Because that's not the kind of guy he is. He's not super athletic. He's not the fastest guy on the field. He's not the tallest guy on the field. You know,
he
he's
seemingly
like
should be the perfect
average
number 2
everywhere.
for JJ.
Exactly. But he's the best route runner. He's got that Antonio Brown thing where it's like overlooked, but then boom, boom, now he's open, and it's not about speed. It's about footwork and just doing the plays over and over. He's got every route in the route tree. And now he's showing it. And then he added that little bit of dog to him where he's like, I'm a 1 now. While JJ's out, when JJ comes back, he goes back to a 2. But now Kirk can trust him, and going forward, like John was saying, when JJ comes back, they've got to make sure to feed both, because wide receivers are divas, and you don't want to forget about one of them, especially not JJ. Don't piss off JJ now and just feed Addison, because he's not signed. So give JJ back his 10 targets, give Addison 6-7 targets, and we've got a fucking... Now we can talk about one of the best 1-2 duos.
When they were being creative with
of
him, I did like seeing them like have those plays already built in for him, because that proves that he's playing in practice at a level that the coaches are like, oh, we can have a little bit of fun with this guy. He's that athletic. He has this many skills. It's not very often that you see like them give a rookie the ability to like catch and then throw a ball back. Yeah. That's a certain level of confidence that is only built in practice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, clearly he's showing up in practice. Yeah. He's very professional, because this is his third. I mean, he played at Pitt with Kenny Pickett. He won the Fred Biletnikoff Award for best college wide receiver. And then he went to USC, immediately stepped into a new situation, new state, new everything, new quarterback, and was a very productive, one of the best receivers in the country. Was first-round pick, looked like the most NFL-ready player, steps into a new offense, new quarterback, new everything. Now he's got money. Now, and now you're not the guy, and he's producing again. So he's just a consistent fucking
I don't even know if we need JJ, actually. I was like, dude, okay, with that pedigree, like
trade JJ.
Trade him, dude.
Like, we good.
Williams or what?
ESPN did a list of players who are worth first-round picks now if you were to trade, and it was like Pat Mahomes is like 7 first-round picks. Like, you can't put a price on Pat Mahomes because he's just a franchise changer. Yeah. But then it got to like non-quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts and Burrow, and it was JJ was the highest. Like, he could command
like 3.
It was like 3 first-round picks, which like if you're a top team and you can get a JJ,
is there any world that we keep Kirk and have JJ go?
I don't see it.
Okay.
We're
fucking
no.
I'm saying that like as that would be
fire.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just wondering if like is there a world that could happen, right?
I don't know what Kwesi is gonna do, is capable of doing, because Lewis Cine still does not play football. I don't know who we're drafted. Like, he got Addison, great. We love Addison, but it remains to be seen, like, what this guy does with a little bit pressure behind him.
We don't know anything that's going on with Scene. Like, he just like walks around the sidelines and like.
John, give us the Scene update.
Yeah, he's just been chilling with JJ on the sidelines cheering. I've seen him with his cornrows on the sideline.
You're on Scene watch every game.
Scene has been seen.
Dreads. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's just hanging out, and I don't really see much of him. And 0 defensive snaps on the year. That's so bad for a first-round pick. You want to at least have him playing a little bit
John,
by year 2.
You're up on like all the Minneapolis papers, radios, all of that stuff. Like, why are the journalists in Minneapolis? Reporter. Yeah, you're a beat reporter in Minneapolis. Are they asking these questions?
He's been largely ignored, to be honest.
So none of the journalists in Minneapolis are like, "Hey, why aren't you playing Lewisine? Is he hurt?"
The narrative is that he's the one that's supposed to back up Harrison Smith, and Harrison Smith is doing just fine. They're going to put him
Yeah,
up
but
for
like
trade,
this
but
is
it never
Harrison Smith's
happened.
last year, so like, why are we not giving this guy?
And why wouldn't he be on like
You would
special
think you'd
teams or
want him on the
something?
Yeah.
field. Again, we've said
If he
if
actually was a
Yeah.
baller, he'd be
And
like,
he
dude,
hits
put me on
fucking-
special
He
teams.
Yeah.
lights people up. Like that's his
Right.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Special teams would be the perfect place
He'd be
for
like,
him.
fuck it, I'm a gunner. Because a true baller,
Yeah.
if you're
You
going
get
to
on
be
the field.
great,
You don't hold.
you don't give a
No.
fuck.
And
You're
you don't
like,
hold these
put
guys
me
off
in,
the
Right.
put
field.
me in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like when Randy Moss was like, I want to return punts, and everybody's like, stop.
Yeah.
But it was dope for what it was. So
The dog players find a way to get on the field. I don't know. It makes me think that it's more off the field. Again, I don't know. I'm not there. I haven't heard
What do you
this.
mean off
It's
the
So he
field?
must
Like
be going through,
injury
like,
or like
depression or
yeah.
Maybe they're not getting along. Like it's got to be more personality based.
Then
where
get
he's
rid
not
of
doing
him.
So you can't get rid of him. We just drafted him. It would look so bad on Quessie's part to have drafted a kid. He gets hurt and then you just release him. Like that's a huge waste of a pick, especially because we were supposed to take Kyle Hamilton, according to me, and Kyle Hamilton is an All-Pro safety. And I just want to murder the entire.
he's just a typical
front office.
Gen Z dealing with like
you
anxiety and
definitely
depression.
want to get him on the field at some point this
Yeah.
year. Period. And whether it's on special teams,
Yeah, hopefully
You
it's not
have to
Harrison
get him
getting hurt, but
something.
yeah.
John,
right?
I
Like,
need you to be at the presser in the Saints game, like asking these questions.
Yeah, Vikings
Yeah.
Banter's going on the road.
Yeah,
And we're going to get fake credentials for John
legitimate.
and put him
yeah.
in there.
So what do we need to do to get credentials here? Okay, like we're doing it. Like we're reporting on the team. We're covering.
Yeah, you talk to
You
Kamal.
can
and-
blend right in.
Like,
No,
what?
Kamal
That's so
with
true.
at
Yeah.
Stepchild
Yeah,
and
the
Gallant
hat,
Tiger. He can
the
get your
headphones.
credentials.
Could he really?
There we
Yeah,
go.
he's a
That's
friend of the
what we need.
program. Yeah.
Friend of the
I'd like to
program.
be in the ring. I want to ask
He can get you on the
a couple
field.
questions, right? You can see these guys like Chris. How do they allow Thomason to get involved with that? Chris Thomason? Like,
He's
are you kidding
been
me?
he's been a reporter in Minneapolis for like 35 years. What are you talking about?
But I could ask.
But
him-
it's done though,
I
right?
could
It's
ask him
over.
Way better questions. He's
Okay.
in Denver now.
I would love
and
for
he
you to
looks
get up
Oh.
there.
dumber in
Yeah, I
Denver.
forgot
All right,
he is
so
in
how does
Denver.
John ask the question? Hi, it's John Cooter with Spectrum Stats.
John Gooder with Spectrum Sports. How are we doing today?
Spectrum
Hi, how are you?
Did you say Spectrum? No, on the Spectrum.
Yeah,
on the
Oh,
Spectrum
got it, got
Sports.
it.
And then you had the JJ.
Who let this guy
You know,
in?
how you're. Kirk, I'd like to say that I've noticed a noticeable change with you in the pocket here.
No,
And,
no, you got to
I'd like
lead
to
with
know
something about his
what
outfit so he can talk about his
dedication
wife.
they had you on.
Yeah.
You know the rule now.
What were you? Oh God.
I have a
Fucking-
baby at home. I'm up all night. Stay
Oh,
at the
Lord,
gig.
man. How's
Louis
that
Sean
going?
wouldn't do that.
That's
To
true.
stay up on the
Louis
second
Sean
half
needs
of a
to
pod.
fucking-
That's true.
You
He
need
wouldn't
to
be
get
pounding
some
these.
rhino. What is this bullshit?
Atomic Rhino.
You need to get some atomic rhino up Louis Sean's nose.
Yeah.
I do think though, you two out in Minneapolis, you guys are gonna get close to the team. You're gonna get in deep and figure it out.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
got Bernard on the ground. We're
Yeah.
gonna be fucking schmoozing that. He hasn't responded to my text tonight, but I'm gonna find my way to Bernard.
What
I'm
would we
gonna
have
jump
to?
on the field.
Don't feel insecure about it. He'll get to it, okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we got
No, he's a
this.
busy guy. I get it. He's got a lot going on. How drunk do I have to get you to jump on the field?
No.
That was
No,
exactly
we're not,
my
we're
next
not
question.
That's where we
drinking
were
that
going.
game. Well, no,
We're
Crowdfunded.
Come
How
on.
can we do this?
crowd.
I don't want this suspicion.
You don't
going
even
around
live
that
there.
I'm gonna be on the field. No,
No, but he
no.
can never go back. You get like
Ever.
kicked out of
That
US
would
Bank
suck. That
Stadium.
would ruin it. Oh my God, to be banned at US Bank Stadium.
Yeah.
No, you can
Like,
get
Oh,
back.
horrible.
Don't grab a
If
player.
you're coming with a disguise.
Okay, wait.
I'm sure,
Here's the
whatever,
thing.
but,
What if
still
like
wouldn't do
Kamal
something.
can get you back?
Yeah,
Get a
You can
fake
get
ID in your pocket.
and we could give you probably like I bet I could get homage to give you like a shirt.
What
Yeah.
of you?
Oh Lord.
Spring,
Free John Sweet.
storming the field.
Yeah.
John Sweets, I love that.
We would support
Wait,
you.
why don't we make that shirt?
We would support you
Well,
over
you got to
here.
run first.
Yeah.
Can't just make it.
No,
and he doesn't
no,
do
no.
anything.
Now, one thing that I really have actually like to see is we've always talked about the leadership of this team. It does seem like JJ has stepped up as a
Yes.
leader on the
Yes.
sidelines. I love
For
it when
sure.
he starts patronizing Kirk after the game.
And post
Puts
game,
the ten-
yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
the
loved
ESPN
it.
top 10 on him.
Mm-hmm.
But even before that, he is not disconnected from the team.
No.
No, not at all.
He's on the front lines of the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
He's cheering with guys. He's meeting them after their touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
It
all
also
of
He
makes me
loves
feel like he
Addison.
wants to stay in Minnesota, which is
it
great.
seems
to
like
see.
he likes the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've really appreciated that where he I was giving him shit of saying like we don't need a leader from wide receiver last week.
Yeah.
the energy that he's putting out, I'm all for it. It looks perfect.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's great.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, like you said, he's doing all the right leadership things. And for a guy, like, they told him, I mean, it was weird. In the beginning of the offseason, they kept saying, like, JJ's going to get paid. He's going to be the highest paid
Right.
receiver of all time. Then the whole offseason goes by. They don't pay him. And you're like, what the fuck? Like,
He
now
could
we're starting
easily
the
be
season.
a moody bitch about it.
Exactly. He 100%. You could
Yeah.
go, Diva, I'm the best receiver in the league. Fuck you. I'm not playing, trade me.
The
He could
Jamar
do all
Chase,
of
like,
it.
I'm open kind of shit.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah,
and start
going
playing
off
for,
in
like,
the-
if you don't play me, I'm out.
Absolutely. But no, he's rallying around the team. He's standing on the sidelines. He's cheering. He's doing all the right stuff. You got to believe that they've told him on the, off the field.
This is your team.
Yeah.
You're going to be the guy. We're going to build this around you. We're going to pay you forever.
They're
We'll
quietly
find you a
giving him-
quarterback. Like, don't worry.
Yeah.
Stick with us.
And he believes it.
And it looks like he's all in, It's definitely nice to see him standing on the sidelines. It doesn't
He could be
give me
doing
any
the
worry.
exact opposite, and everybody would actually
absolutely.
kind of get it. You'd be like, you know what, man? Like, you maybe do deserve greener pastures here, as long as the green's not Packers.
I'm so happy you don't run the team. Every week we would have cut someone, called them back, apologizing. You're like a crazy ex in high school who's like,
Yeah.
I hate you, fuck you, I cheated
No,
on you,
but
and then
this-
next week you go, I'm so sorry.
I
come
would
back."
lead like a good old school dictator, though. I think that if like you lose a
Good
game
old
too
school,
early,
yeah.
that matters. I think you
Kill
have
everyone.
to cut somebody
To
like
scare the shit
so
out of them.
soon
Yeah.
that
Like,
like
getting
isn't
someone
your
fired.
best player, but like pretty reasonably good. Where
You're
you're
not
like,
cutting
oh
a
my,
kicker. You're cutting like
It's like when you
like
take over
a
a bar
receiver.
and fire a bartender.
Yeah.
like
This,
during
this
the
shit
shift.
doesn't fly under my
Yeah.
oh, like
But, yeah,
our
I-
old school
yeah.
team, I'd have like cut like CJ Ham, and everybody would be like,
Whoa,
What,
whoa,
dude?
a fucking
Like,
blue
it's like
Wait,
guy?
like the
everyone-
nice guy?
exactly, dude.
Oh,
Really?
whoa.
And you're just like, this is the type
That's
of team. Like,
brutal.
and I'd be like, you guys did that. I
will
didn't
say
want
I
to
really
do
like
it.
our-
You,
I
You're
will
that
say-
meme
killed-
where he
yes.
shoots him and
Yeah.
goes, who did this?
yes.
We're also getting a look at LJ as a parent. Like,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Old school,
Mhm.
Yeah.
old school, good old school dictator.
Yes.
As if like some of the dictators were good, like some were bad, but like, hey, let's be real.
Yeah,
good
Did you
ones.
have cut Greg Joseph, LJ, or what? After the game,
Greg
the
Joseph.
Niners.
Oh, kickers are like honestly a kicker. I don't even talk to them as a coach.
You think it's
I'm-
like
You don't
an
acknowledge
intern?
them. They're not on the team.
No.
Yeah,
Don't
he
even-
walks in the meeting. You're like, "Excuse me, sir. What are you doing here? Like, this is closed. This is for team only."
Yeah.
Knowing
You
all
kinda
well who
forget-
that
you
is.
kind of forget they're on the team. It's like you're going into the building and they're like, wait, coach, wait, let me go in after you. And you're like, wait, are you on
Sorry,
the
I'm not
team?
signing
and then
autographs
you, like, catch
today.
yourself halfway.
Like their
being
their
like,
fob only
"That's
works
the
half the
kicker."
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
oh.
not like on team hours.
No.
Yeah.
It's
no.
like you can go kick your footballs like later. But like
There's
we're
the
here
high
to
school
we're
down
The
the
playing
street.
high school down the street.
we're
Yeah.
playing
you can
football
play
here.
kickball over there.
Yeah, we don't have soccer players on the team. Yeah, I wouldn't even talk to my kicker. No way. No way.
All right. Well, let's look ahead to Sunday. Yeah, we already
Also,
said.
let's give Kirk a little. I started this
You
by
want to give
saying
Kirk a love?
we need to give Kirk some
All
love
right.
because you don't know how long
You need
he
to
might.
give Kirk love. We love Kirk.
Yeah.
I've always loved Kirk.
No,
I just,
you haven't.
Of course, but he's 35 and he's going to want $50 million next year. You're not going to love him so much when he's 36 and asking for 50.
What if he restructures crazy and does something completely
Look,
different?
if he goes
He's not
against
what
what he's done his entire
we
career,
need. You know what we
That's not how it
need?
works.
We
it's
need.
not how he works.
Basically,
He
this
bets
is
on
how we do.
himself.
We need to infiltrate into his church and get the sermon to constantly talk about
Oh,
how
I thought we were
it-
gonna steal the tithes. For a second, I was like, okay, yeah,
No,
get the money.
we're gonna have like constant sermons about how it's like just great
Sacrifice,
to give
dedication,
sacrifice,
community
He
first.
Yes,
wants the money
community
to
first.
give to the church. That's
No,
the problem.
nuh-uh.
He's going to take 50 million from us and give 30 of it to the church and go, I only took 20. The rest was for
Yeah,
God.
it's all-
He is
it's
Robin
all
Hood,
he's
dude.
funneling it-
Robin Hood Kirk.
he's not gonna leave that money on the table.
I have faith that Kirk sees something different in this team.
Yeah.
I think
Sacrifice.
him and JJ make so much sense. At some point, you have to get realistic and be like,
I would
why
hope so.
go on a 1-year deal for like 2 more teams throughout your career?
Also, he's cool for the first time in his life.
He's loved,
He's
actually.
cool.
They make
He's
it-
Minnesota
loved
does
and he's
mess with
cool.
him.
And it's much
My whole family has
easier.
his jersey.
Oh my
I actually felt weird that I didn't have his jersey yet, and I was like, now he's gonna be gone. I never got it. Maybe
Yeah.
I pick it up.
No, because no.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
Dad-
That might put me back on the tanking thing if Kirk dies.
Right.
Whatever.
He
Do you get
died?
white or
No, 'cause
well,
this
if you
is
get the
dead.
jersey, you
Yeah.
kill the player.
I'm
That's-
actually.
that's
It's
the
worse that
rule.
I don't have a Jefferson jersey yet.
No.
No,
'cause you
you're
kill
not getting
him.
it. I will. Oh, you're not coming to the game. Never mind. It's fine. I was gonna say if I see you reach for a Jefferson jersey, I'll just leap at you. Just
No, I
double throat grab. I'll fucking pile you with those smelling salts.
No, man, when I have the team, when I have the guy's jersey, they always do well.
Look,
what
I would love
jerseys do you
for
have?
you to. Yeah.
Well,
wait,
I always
let's
had
test
Harrison
this.
Smith's jersey during our great era. I was with him.
Okay.
Okay.
Harrison works.
Who? I mean, I had Moss.
You might be a good
forever.
luck charm over me.
I had Delvin during his good years.
Okay.
Okay. All right, this is a
You
good
might be
run.
my yang to my
And then
yang.
like Barr, like he was good
I
for a
loved
while.
Anthony
Like
Barr.
that worked out.
Pour one out.
I can't
You
believe
know
he's
what,
not in the
Hawkinson?
NFL anymore.
He sucked.
I would have got a Hawk jersey, but I'm not now. I'm leaning more towards
No.
like an Addison at this point.
Ooh,
I'm
and
week by
week.
three
I like
is a nice number. Three
You know
looks
what?
nice.
Actually, Byron Murphy Jr. I like a 7.
I love a 7.
This-
He
again, the
kinda
jersey
is
number's
playing
nice.
okay.
I think John might get a Cam Bynum. I don't even think they sell it, but you might get one.
You can get anything on the Nike
You
I'm
know,
gonna
store.
get
I was
a-
really
I would love to
disappointed
get
with
Ivan
Cam
Pace.
Bynum's missed play against the Chiefs.
What'd you
But he
say?
came up and redeemed himself twice against the Niners.
Oh, it was the
pretty
best game of his
amazing
career.
to see him rebound.
Look, I think the big takeaway is also like
You're good.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
We're chilling.
Yeah.
big takeaway is also let's get off Brock Purdy's dick. This hype train needs to end. Okay, this guy's had two
Well, let me
bad
ask you
games in a
this.
row.
What do you think about
He's
him
so
being
good.
banged up?
He
by
sucks.
Oh, dude.
I'm
no
over
way.
the Brock Purdy thing. Is,
Have you heard the theory that he was banged up by Jordan Hicks, and that's why he threw the 2 interceptions? That he should have been the
well, he's
concussion
concussed.
protocol?
Yeah.
He's missing this
He's
week's
missing this
game,
week.
which makes me think it's even more interesting because Kyle Shanahan.
Mhm.
Look, Jimmy Garoppolo was decent. He was like that Alex Smith type role where he was like getting into the playoffs but not finishing, you know.
Sure.
And then they went and they traded up for Trey Lance. Didn't even give Trey Lance another shot.
Yeah.
They're like, you're out
Bye.
of town. Brock, 7th round pick, you're in town. Now Brock's hurt. If Sam Darnold plays well, if he has a big game, this is going to become an
That's true.
interesting thing where it's like, hey, this guy gives us a better shot in the locker room. He's still only 26, another USC great.
I
On his
see
third
ghosts.
team.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but they're an interesting team. But going to the offseason, now let's tie this in with the Vikings. Who's been the big lover of Kirk Cousins forever is Kyle Shanahan, one of his, I think it was his quarterback coach in Washington. It was all but a foregone conclusion, according to Kyle Shanahan, that Kirk was going to sign with the Niners
Yeah.
when he took the job and Kirk left Washington. We snuck in, gave Kirk the biggest deal, fully guaranteed. He came to us. But Kirk becoming a free agent again, I wouldn't be shocked if the Niners were the team competing with us next season in trying to get Kirk.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't swap him?
I'll,
You wouldn't
I'll
want
swap
Purdy?
him. Oh, look, I'm
You said
happy to
Purdy?
give Purdy a shot because
Purdy's
he's
fun
fucking
to
young
watch, dude.
and
He's
won.
dynamic. He's mobile.
He's won a lot. The kid's good. He performs well, but it's 2 bad games in a row now, and now people are starting to go, can he lead this team to a? Because it's for them, it's Super Bowl or bust. Like they've got to
100%.
reach the Super Bowl. It's
it
enough.
wasn't his fault, though. He
No,
played his
but that
ass
last
off against
that
us,
last
dude.
throw was dog shit. Like,
But he was
I don't
concussed.
even give Cam Bynum. Well, then they need to figure that out.
Yeah, I
But
thought that was the
for
rush,
50
wasn't it?
years, everybody played concussed. Donovan McNabb, I think, is still concussed. None of these guys were,
Yeah.
playing
He's definitely
with a
still concussed.
straight head on.
How do you like that jersey?
Yeah, that's I had to bring in the Donovan McNabb.
Terrible McNabb jersey. Gross, dude. What
It
a
was
terrible-
great, right?
Gross, dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That's the only Vikings jersey I have.
Oh
Isn't
my
that insane?
God. You're definitely not allowed to buy any jerseys.
It's rough.
But LJ, I might let him buy some.
I have some
Um,
good jerseys.
Back to the Kirk Suckfest. Kirk, this is why Kirk needs to be praised. Because next week he might not have these stats. Currently, 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. Whole NFL, everybody,
He's been top the whole season.
kissing everyone's ass. He's number 2, 5 yards a game behind
Who's number 1?
Tua
Okay.
Tagovailoa.
Wow.
And that offense is just ridiculous. And number
Where's Jared Allen at right now?
Josh
Josh
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is.
He's been
I don't know.
confusing this year.
He
He's
has
been up
been,
and down.
but he's had a lot of yards.
Fantasy is very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like top 5 as well. But first in passing touchdowns, leads the league more than Pat, more than Tua, more than Josh Allen. Number 1 in the
Oh, we've
league.
got
Number
weapons.
2 in yards. We don't even have weapons. This is without Justin Jefferson. They all have weapons. These guys.
And
like,
also,
wow.
that's what
Jalen
Tua
Hurts
does.
has 2 of the best receivers. AJ's playing like the best receiver in the league right now. but these teams are stacked with talent. And we're just going out there now with a rookie at wide receiver, and Kirk's fucking balling.
We also
378
must, like,
yards.
I would love to know where we rank in drops. Because we're up
That's
there,
true.
right?
We're definitely up there. We
like,
definitely
That's
on
follow
the
true.
that.
hands drops, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I've
we have
never
so
seen
many
it like
fumbles
this
that these drives
Yeah.
end quick. Like, there was a lot of opportunities for Kirk to get even more yards that just ended with stupid shit.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
so those-
interesting to know. You think maybe next year they have, if we do bring Kirk back on a 1-2 year deal, they start playing these guys in preseason, throw them out there a little bit earlier, because
I would love that.
we started so slow.
Yeah.
It was confusing to me. Like, man, maybe these guys needed some reps.
Yeah.
Like,
They
in the
all do.
Buccaneers game, it was uncanny how bad some of these mistakes were. And so I'm starting to think that those are behind us now, because the team in prior years didn't make that many mistakes and didn't fumble the ball like that. And so I'm thinking that that's just an aberration, that I don't know. That's all I can really hope for at this point, that all those mistakes are behind us now, right?
Yeah.
We only had one early in the game for the Niners, but after that, I'd say we played a near flawless game. Yes, we had some stupid things with the 1st and goal. We had some weird misses. I think he missed Addison for what would have been a 3rd touchdown, right, in the end zone. I don't know if you guys recall that one.
Yeah, he almost
Well,
So
we got tipped,
things-
though.
You can nitpick all you want. You know, you're never going to really have a
Shut up.
perfect NFL game, right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely encouraging to see. I think those mistakes are behind us. So, knock on wood, if we can win the turnover battle again like we did against the Niners, we'll have a real shot at winning that game.
Sunday's game.
Green Bay, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
mean,
referring
If
to.
we
I'm
lose
looking
Green
ahead
Bay,
here.
We're screwed.
So yeah,
Oh.
we opened at we were 2-point underdogs, and after the Niners game, we were 1-point favorites. What do you guys think going into that game?
Did
We're
these
just
odds makers
minus
not watch
one.
the
Yeah,
Packers?
that's it. -1.
We're
What a joke.
we're a -1 right now.
That's
Yeah.
it.
We should be a -6.
What's the over under?
Oh, it's probably low.
Man, I don't have that in front of me.
I'm excited. This is one of Addison's games that he should really pack it on, because if you're going to be a great Viking receiver, you have to play well against the Packers. And this is
100%.
You have to have a different type of shine, especially at Lambeau, where
Lambeau's a different thing.
where you go,
Yeah.
look, like, this is my place.
Jair Alexander is a nasty cover corner. He's going to be on Addison. He's physical. He's a big dude. I don't expect Addison to shine in this game, especially with all the pressure coming off last week. I hope you can get his 6 catches in, something like
Yeah.
that, but I don't expect like a monster. This is a Hawkinson game where you're the highest paid guy out there on that offense right now. Go fucking whoop some ass. Go bust some heads. Have some sure hands, because this is going to be a grinded out game. The Packers are good defensively. They are good running the ball.
So
They
we've
can't
got
They have
41
a
and a
bunch of guys
half.
questionable. Go ahead.
Yeah.
41 and a half, a balmy 42 degrees.
Okay, weather's fine.
Weather's fine.
That's football
not
weather.
bad.
That's great
that's
football
nice.
weather.
He played in
No
Pittsburgh.
winds
He's
should be
cold.
fine.
Yeah.
We're good. All right.
This is going to be a grind out game. This
Take
is
the over.
you
Take
know,
the over.
or how manly can you get, because they like to punch you in the mouth, and that's how we're going to have to play.
Is it at 10 a.m.?
I would assume.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I would assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Right next door, yeah.
10 a.m. early Green Bay game. They have 5 guys that are questionable. We got Aaron Jones with that hamstring. We
Aaron
got
Jones missed
Jair
most of the
Alexander has
season.
his
Yep.
back. Devondre Campbell's questionable, former Gopher. Preston Smith also questionable at linebacker. So we'll see. They're definitely banged up with little injuries.
Everyone's banged
We have our
up.
boy Hawkinson's questionable. But it looks like he's good to go today. He was practicing today.
Yeah.
Ezra Cleveland's questionable. If not, we got Dalton Reisner will go again. And then Asamoah, he was dinged up a little bit on special teams for us. So
And
not
obviously
too
JJ's
concerned
still
about those injuries. None of those are real like difference makers, I'd say, other than Hawkinson. But I think the Hawk's good to go, and he'll be a big part of our offense again.
How happy are you going to be with the first Jordan Love sack? It's going to feel really good.
I
Yeah,
hope it.
oh, definitely.
I hope it. No, they got to win one more
He
this
can
season. I
run
hope it
a
breaks
little
his
bit,
knee.
though. So that concerns
That's
me
what I
too.
want.
I
hate
don't like
the
quarterbacks
fucking
that run
Packers.
on against the Vikings. I just don't.
We get chopped up.
We get run on, for sure. And they got big receivers. They got those 2 young kids, Romeo Dobbs and
Yep.
Christian Watson. They are both
Dobbs
big.
and Watson are good to go. They'll be
6'4",
playing for the Pack.
6'5", like those are athletic. If they had a good quarterback, which is what scares me, if they get a Drake May or something next year, those 2 kids are fucking big. Luke Musgrave, that tight end out of Oregon, Oregon State, he's big. They've got weapons over there, and going forward, they could scare me. But Jordan Love sucks asshole, and I've been saying it for 3 years now, and they should get shit on. So
this is not the team that's going to beat the Vikings. I think we've made a lot of mistakes if we lose to the Packers. Period.
Yeah,
A lot
and
of
I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
So it's a total pack it in if we lose.
There's serious problems.
If we lose, I'd rather not think in that way, but it's definitely a weird one for us. It takes away all the momentum that we had beating the Niners.
Yeah.
You start to question what we do. The whole trading someone before Tuesday's deadline or trading for someone, you're thinking, no, that's dumb.
Yeah.
If we lose Sunday, we probably trade
Get rid of
Daniil
Daniil.
Hunter. That'll be the last you see of Daniil. That'll be some shakeup that you don't want to see. But if we come out and punch the Packers in the mouth and get like a vintage 35-7 type beatdown,
That'd be great.
then I think we make a move in free agency. You're about to lose the flag.
It's a huge win for us. We're back to 500. We're going to be 2-0 in the division.
And a
take the
3-game
win.
winning streak. And then we get the
then,
Falcons,
yeah.
who suck. The Saints, who will be riding a 4-game win streak. We should beat them at home. Then you get at Denver, your hometown.
Yep, I'll
they
be there
suck
too.
ass
Back-to-back
too.
games.
Fuck
Crazy
them.
that'll happen.
That should be 5 in a row. Then you get Chicago, 6 in a row. Then you go
Chicago
to
back
Vegas. Then you go to Vegas. They
Ooh,
suck
Vegas.
ass, and they're just at this point they look like they're tanking because
Yeah.
they're starting Brian Hoyer and
Yep.
fucking Aiden O'Connell.
And then
They're
you got at Bengals.
mess.
You never know. They've been shaky all year.
Look, I'll give it a loss. We 7 in a row. I'm happy with that win streak. Then you get
we keep stacking wins. Don't give any loss.
no. You got to lose one to remind everybody what that pain feels
Before the
like.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Delusion.
yeah.
Yeah.
You always need a loss.
We win out. From here on out, we win out.
No. We lose one in Cincinnati, and that's when they turn it on. They start slow, and then they come on, and Joe Burrow shits on everybody. Then you get 3 division games to finish the season, 2 against the Lions. It's crazy, by the way, that we play.
That
We wait
schedule
all
is
year and then
insane.
play our
Yeah.
last 2 out of 3 against the Lions.
You know,
it's
the
ridiculous.
at Bengals game, you get Mike Zimmer on Zoom conference call, and you go, "Listen, guys, I've been watching this fucking team all year." And you play like shit on defense, and you have them talk
Berate
shit
them.
and have the fear of God in these players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have him all
And
whiskeyed
then
up with his like Rakensic nose and shit. Love it.
It's just like Hunter's just sitting there quivering, like, what's going on? Oh my God!
Look, we got 12 games left, and 10 at least
Are winnable.
are not just winnable, but I think we should be favored in. I think we could split with the Lions, whatever, but we could win 11 of 12 or 10 of 12, and I mean, that takes you into the playoff. Like that's a serious season like we had.
And that's
last
not
year.
even delusional. These teams we're playing are very,
No,
very
they
bad.
suck.
And I figure we're going to be favored too.
We have the 6th
in all of them.
easiest schedule remaining in the NFL. If we lose to these teams, it's because we fucking suck.
So we went from losing every game last week to now like we have 7 auto wins
I mean,
in a row.
look at these teams. Like San Francisco
Right?
was the
The
one.
Niners game was crazy, man.
Well, but like, how are we
it
feasibly going to
recalibrated the
tank
entire NFL.
with the rest of the schedule?
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
had to come back, because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, if we can be, look, if the Niners blew us out, it'd be like, we're one of these shitty teams. Like, we're not better than the Saints. We're not better than the Falcons. But if you can beat the Niners, who have made everybody look stupid, you have to beat these teams, or it's a coaching failure. Like, now we know the team is good enough, and you get JJ back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's, this is on cock now. Finish this fucking season like you played last year.
Dude, I feel like one of my
JJ has a
friends.
good-
No, you go.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna
said
say, I
JJ
feel like
has
one of
the
my
shot to
friends.
be back.
Huh? What, John? No, you go. You
Go
go.
ahead,
You
buddy.
go. You go. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You got it. You got it.
What is happening?
All right. So I feel like one of my friends that like their whole life's like fucked, right? Like they're like
What?
bankrupt. They're gonna get like divorced and shit. And then they go down to Puerto Rico, have ayahuasca, and then like a week later they're like everything's good. Like I'm great. That's what this team feels like.
Okay,
right now.
but that also sounds like we're not.
What the fuck is that?
That's
Sure.
what San Francisco did to me. They're all ayahuasca heads. We beat them, and now we're back.
But like,
John, you should have gone. I don't know what just happened.
How
You
does
have
that-
these friends? I feel like this is somebody John lived with. You're talking about like all of
John
his
has
former
tons
roommates.
of these friends. That's how they come around.
God, yeah.
John, is that who you're giving the
I
fourth
have
ticket
I have
to?
a friend that did the toad ayahuasca ceremony where they were like scraping some poison out of a toad's gills and they're injecting it into
Gills?
the shoulder area.
Yeah.
And then it's supposed to be like the worst thing. It's literally, when you go through it, it's like the worst thing of your life. But when you
I know
go through
multiple
it, it's
people who
like,
do it, like
it's sort of like
consistently.
you've been through the worst
is
thing
wrong
of your
with people
life.
from
So then
Minnesota?
everything after
Oh,
that,
it's here.
Don't they come
LA
back
people.
like this? It's
Are
like
you kidding me?
beating
People in
the
Minnesota don't even
49ers,
do
and they're like,
Botox.
my life's going to shit. They're going to off themselves, and they turn around. They're like, dude, I'm just going to be a priest now. Like, life's great.
yeah.
7 auto wins
Yeah.
back to back to back to back to back. All right, John, what were you going to say before I rudely cut you off? My bad. My apologies.
No,
what he
I,
was gonna
I have nothing to say after that. It's like nothing else matters after that.
You shut down the spectrum.
Dude, yeah, I healed him. He's
I
bad.
don't know. All I gotta say is exciting. You know, we were a little negative on Kevin O'Connell and what he had going on, but it
As we should.
seems like he's
have.
been keeping it together. They've been in some exciting locker room speeches. It looks a
I
little
fucking
better
hate
at the
them.
Niners
Why?
win
The
versus the
speeches,
Chicago
They
win.
seem so.
I become more
last
of a
year I liked
believer
them.
when
Now
we,
it's
when we beat a
disingenuous.
better team. No, go ahead.
Look, the Kevin O'Connell criticism still stands. We just went on a fucking tirade in fantasy land. Like, we just won 10 of the last 12 games.
Right.
We're still sitting at under 500. We still have losses to the fucking Bucks at home, the Chargers at home. Like, these are not, and we barely beat the fucking Bears with a backup
why
quarterback.
do you not like? Why are you against his speeches now?
The Cox locker
Yeah.
room speeches last year, coolest thing I've ever seen. I was like, holy shit, we were just winning, and he fucking came
well,
out
yeah,
with
it's
his
always
speeches.
gonna be
Because
better.
now it's like a politician where they just completely ignore the bad, and he like comes out there and he's like, "Men, I knew we could do this," and I'm like, "No, you fucking didn't. We just lost a bunch of shitty ass games, and you're just coming in like nothing bad has ever happened to us, and like you've been waiting to deliver
But
this speech."
it's this new NFL
Yeah.
landscape
Oh,
of
yeah,
like
it's
Zimmer.
Gen Z
Zimmer
soft
would
as
show
fuck.
up and he'd be like, "Nobody fucking gets a ball because we should have won
I like
7
that.
games before."
I like that a lot.
Me
like
too,
that.
but like it doesn't exist
I like a
anymore.
mix. If he had adapted to like
You
you
just
cannot
hated-
be
you
1 and
loved
4
Zimmer, didn't
and
you?
like
I do think he gives away
Zimmer
too
was
many
my
game
favorite,
balls.
yeah.
Like
everybody
one.
gets a game
Everyone
ball.
gets a game ball. Like we get one game ball.
Yeah.
Let's just that's
I got
it.
a game ball. This guy, he took his 7 millionth breath.
I think that was like the
just
first
had
thing
a
he said. He's
kid.
like, "There's a lot of game
Here's a
balls to
game
give out
ball."
today,"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
what?
"Why? There should be one."
Yeah, it's like if you appear
Guys are
on the
doing their
stat sheet,
job.
you get
Here's a game
Yeah,
ball.
literally, you're making
Any
millions
big
of
play
dollars.
you do, you get a game ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
ridiculous.
no, it's
And
participation
then he like
trophy.
leaves out. He also gives it to the same guys over and over. Like Justin Jefferson, every game gets a game ball. It's like
Kirk
we know
gets a game
JJ's
ball,
gonna.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk had 2 touchdowns and an interception. This guy, nobody believes in him. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like he's supposed to do this kind
What
of
do you
stuff.
think Big Cock gives out for trick or treaters? What's his snack? What's his treat? Is he a king size guy?
Like Skittles.
He's
Just
a
like a
Skittle?
Skittles
He's like a
guy.
Twix
Skittles,
guy.
not
He's
even
just
in
like,
a
"I love
bag. He
Twix,"
just pours
you know?
Skittles in your
No, that's
fucking.
Zimmer. Zimmer's like, here you go.
Zimmer's got his lights off with no candy outside.
Yeah, well, he's just sipping on nips, dude. Just being like, these fucking kids outside my house with all this ruckus. He just drinks himself to sleep before the kids even
Yeah.
trick or treat that night.
Zimmer's loading a shotgun with one hand.
Yeah, he's like, "You gonna come on my lawn?"
I love
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah.
That's Childress. Childress for sure left like the empty bucket outside, so it looks
So
like
it looks like he
he had
wasn't a
given
dick.
so much candy.
Yeah.
There was never candy in it.
It's a great, yeah, please take one and it's empty.
That's such a smart move. I never thought about that. You're like, oh, they just kids were assholes
I gave
before.
so
Like,
much
I don't
candy
know.
away.
Yeah.
What would he give? He's like an old school candy, like like 100 grand.
100
bar.
grand.
Something you haven't seen in years.
I love a
and he,
100
like,
grand bar.
Wants to teach you like why this one was the best at some point, and they're like, bro, you're not even old enough to have 100 grand bars. You know, oh, well, Bill Belichick
He's
told
like
me
a
about
milk
it.
duds kind of guy, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
shit?
Loose milk duds, so they melt
Oh.
and fuck all your other candy up.
Terrible, yeah. Some of
Oh,
those
yeah.
candies, like, who would pick this shit out? You just like instantly throw it away.
Oh, it's so
Like
good.
the worst was like the bubble gum.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like a hard,
Hard.
stale, like you bite it and it's just a rock. You're like,
tooth's
"Ah."
out.
And then you have to spit it out because you want to try the other candy, and you're like,
Well,
why
and
am I
the
still
flavor's
chewing
gone
on
in-
gum? Yeah, in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Ooh, some zebra stripes, like old school gum.
Ooh,
Just like
classics.
cracks, breaks all your teeth right away.
But
That's
you
the
can
good
eat the
stuff.
wrapper on those, right?
I don't know. You can't
Really?
even eat the gum.
Or-
It's all
The
deadly.
shitty
Yeah,
ones are the
Oh, I thought you could eat the wrapper on those.
Explains a
I
lot.
think they changed
They're
color.
like the wrapped strawberries in foil. It's like a foil, which
Oh, like grandma candy.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Ugh.
in the inside. Wait, I love those.
yeah.
On the inside, they
Oh,
like.
the strawberry. Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
love
yeah,
those.
those are nice.
Dude,
That's like
I love
the
those.
generic like Kirkland brand candy.
Yeah,
Yeah, and your grandma always has them in
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
And the
thing.
little caramels
That
are on the
and-
other
Yeah.
side.
And the
Yeah.
Andes, the like
The
green
mints.
wrapper.
I love those,
Andes
too.
chocolate mint. That's high class shit.
I love that. When
Yeah,
you go to
that
like a
stuff's
supper
good.
club and you get that at
Woo!
the end of the meal.
Steal
Ooh.
17 of them.
Yes.
See, I'd go to
Pocket those.
Jefferson's
Yeah.
house. I know he's doing full size candy
He's
bars.
for sure doing full size.
You know, like extra
Reese's.
large, full
King
size.
size
Maybe
Reese's.
giving a baby a pumpkin, and
Oh,
the parents are like, "Where do we go with that?" It's like, dude, it's a
He's
pumpkin.
got
I'm
he's
rich.
got like symphony bars. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like super
And
nice.
then if you dig in there, there's like a Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna have money one day. Don't worry.
He's
about
like,
it.
you good, you
Yeah,
good.
and they're like, you haven't been paid yet, bro. I don't know if you. He's like, shut up. Like Oakley sunglasses, those wrap over the head ones that look stupid.
Kirk
as
is for
fuck.
sure like Tootsie Rolls.
It's whatever he's sponsored by. It's like there's a sign out front, and they're like, "Sponsored by Reese's," and
Yeah.
you're like, "Dude,
Kirk's not giving
really?"
kids candy. You guys are tripping. He's got
Toothbrushes?
celery in a bag,
Oh,
and his
God.
wife's got like little things of ranch.
Or he's too excited. He's like, "You can stay home. I'm going out with the kids," and he's trick or treating.
Oh, he's for
He's
sure
not even
trick
at
or
home.
treating.
And he's
trick-or-treating
got, like,
There's
with the
no
kids.
way.
Like a painted
30
like a
kids
mouse
around
nose,
him.
Yeah.
and a tail.
Yep, the 100 Dalmatian, like
All the other
that.
dads are like,
Yeah,
"Dude,
the
he's stealing my
Bible
kid
on
for the
some
night.
drive.
This pussy."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the other dads are like on the porch,
it's like daddy
drunk.
daycare. Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's
"Oh yeah,
like-
Kirk takes the kids for Halloween. Everybody knows that."
Actually, I don't know if he's celebrating Halloween. This is a satanic ritual. Like you're kind of praying to the devil in this. They might be in church. They might be not be doing Halloween.
Yeah, or he just plays into it and does like he dresses like the Pope, and he's just like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
keep
yeah.
God in
that,
it."
dude, that
Yeah.
was sweet. If he dresses like the Pope, or like his wife was the nun,
Oh,
like the
no.
new horror
No,
movie.
they don't do
No.
it dirty like that.
No, that's dirty. That is dirty.
That's my my
No.
Kirk and
No.
fuck her. What was her name? John?
What?
Kirk's wife.
Julie?
Oh my God, we have
You
to
blush.
find.
hilarious?
I
You
see
blush.
that.
When his kid got a victory locker room invitation, do you guys see that?
No.
No.
Yeah, of course.
They brought.
Yeah, he was all
they brought one of the
excited.
sons into
And
the
he
locker
picked the
room,
kid.
Got to see it.
Yeah, and he's like, what do you want to eat? I'll grab it for you. And the kid's like, a cookie. And he goes, just one. And he was like proud of him for like being like just having one and not going overboard, even though there's 1,000 cookies. And then he just sat in the corner of the
piously
locker room
selecting one cookie. Oh my god.
and like 2 strawberries.
That's a good kid.
Yeah.
Aw. All right, we're finding
he-
Julie Cousins in Minneapolis.
but
That's like
he-
the goal.
He picked a kid. Like there were 2 kids there, and he's like, no, give me the boy. Like the girl doesn't come. Give me that boy.
Not my religion.
But you can tell, like, after the win, though, like, after he's done, he's taking care of business on the field. He's running off the field. All he cares about is, like, where's my wife and kids?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's that's his, like, mentality.
Because
That's how
Julie
he
will fuck
operates,
him up.
and that's how he thinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine if he didn't run straight to Julie.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Hey, Julie,
Slash
I think the
tires.
boys are gonna let me go out. Can I have the debit card tonight?" She's
Debit
like, "Well, you
card.
can only buy one drink for just your lineman."
So,
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, okay, Julie."
so sweetie, I was thinking maybe this week I dress myself.
Yeah.
No
Are
way.
you fucking kidding me?
You know how that went in 2018. You know how that went.
Yeah. Why don't you yell, I like that again, too?
Yeah. Were we getting K jeweler dealerships when you were doing that? No. The deals come in when I dress you.
I don't like that.
I don't like.
I don't like that.
I don't like
That's what
that.
Julie says. Sorry, we're talking about your woman like this.
Yeah,
too.
I know it's mean.
Why is she have no affiliation?
You immediately remembered her name.
It's just, for me,
loves
it's just
her.
so funny to me to see, like,
I
the
remember you saying, you're like, that's a
the
good
simple,
woman.
the simple life that they're living while he's like this NFL quarterback that's just getting no respect.
Have you ever
It's just a
typed
very funny
Most
thing for women.
disrespected
Go
quarterback
ahead.
ever.
Have you ever typed in on Twitter, Julie Cousins leaked?
What is leaked?
No, what
When
the
they're
Like
fuck?
Come on.
naked?
OF
No,
leak.
absolutely not.
I
the
don't. What is
fuck?
that?
OnlyFans leak.
What does that mean? No.
They like show you
Like a
nudes.
leaked nude or a leaked sex tape. You just like type in leaked and
Shut
then
up, really?
Yeah, you can type in any celebrity leaked.
After yesterday, you were like telling like, oh my god, what I hear on these podcasts.
I know,
you
but
don't even know what an OF leak is.
I know what an OnlyFans is. I don't know what a leak is.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
Now you can cancel all your.
If anyone
only...
Googled me, I'm really
Well,
curious
your
to know.
OnlyFans.
They try to leak
After
those-
this, people
those
might.
leaks are
I'm
selectively
really scared.
done, man. Like, you know what happened with Kimmy K and everything. It's all a game. We've all
Are
figured
you
out.
taking us through the
business. And
history
they're all-
of
people are
sex
making
tapes?
money with that shit.
Okay, predictions, and then let's get out of here.
John, kick it off.
I think we take care of business. I have a hard time imagining the Packers score many points, especially how Jordan Love looked. I did spend some time and I watched that game.
Oh, you Googled
and
yourself?
He didn't impress me. He
She
didn't
just
impress me.
checked herself.
The
Leak.
loss
That's not how it works, Katya.
What do you mean?
you search yourself. Oh my
Yeah, she just
God.
did Katya to Grotus leaked. No, that's not how it works.
It's not.
Like,
God.
Purple Banter's not kicking like that yet.
Well, clearly
think
Katya has
you
something
would
in her
know.
background
You
that
would
she's
know.
like, oh my god, could this
Exactly.
be leaked?
Exactly. She was like, oh, there could be
If
something.
you know you've never sent some shit, you don't check.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm fucked.
All right, John, before we check your
God
leak,
damn.
tell us
No,
again
okay.
what your
All right,
prediction
John, I
is.
rudely cut you off for the 5th time today.
No, you're fine. No.
Totally Katya's
The
fault.
delay is just kicking everyone's ass today, isn't it? Anyways, so God, you're going deep again. Oh my God, man.
We got another show to do after this.
You're a masochist. Something is wrong with you. We gotta get you checked out, buddy.
I have to clean diapers at 1 a.m., 4 a.m., 6
Oh,
a.m.
okay.
And he can't have energy drinks. He's only allowed rhinos
Are
and
you
coffee.
off energy drinks?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
off energy drinks. It's stupid.
He's got water and
Oh
bitters.
my
Coffee.
God.
What's your
Oh my
fucking
God.
score prediction?
Yeah, we've been trying to
Yeah,
get to
I
that.
think it's like a 24-10. I don't see the Packers
Alright,
scoring a lot of points. I think our
love it.
defense comes to play again. Jordan Love just isn't doing it for me. I watched a lot of that Broncos game, and he didn't look inspired. He looks a little bit lost. He will make a couple progression throws, but it just to put the whole game together and to have a consistency throughout, I don't see it. They're definitely lost with him. I think we have to be concerned about them taking a guy like Drake May in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. My fan brain wants to say 35-7,
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
but I'm not, because I know the Vikings and we play to the level of our competition, and they are the ultimate. I have Jordan Love as a backup quarterback in fantasy, and he is the ultimate garbage time quarterback. The guy does dick for 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter he scores you like 15, 20 points, and you just go, where the fuck did this come from? And it's because they just, they throw it together late and they start scrambling, and he's actually better when he's, improving rather than sitting in the pocket. When he starts moving, and we all know what happens to us with scrambling quarterbacks. So I think it'll be 24-17, maybe 24-20. I think they come back late, but I still think we pull it off.
I'm going to say 35-14.
I like it.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Oof.
But I mean, listen, they've lost 3 in a row. They're about to lose their 4th,
And they're at
and
home.
we're about to go tic-tac-toe 3 in a row. So I like
Tic-tac-toe,
it.
3 in a row. I like it.
Yeah, and I liked 27-10. I was right where you were, John. Like right in that vein
Yeah.
of, I do think if this is going to be a squad, someone has to step up and be the type of guy that scores 2, and then from there, like everybody else got to back them up. And I expect our defense kind of needs. I've said it like the last 3 years we've done this podcast, but like this, we need a pick 6 time. It's getting into that, like, where's our ball hawk? Can someone please step up? Murphy Jr., it's pick 6 time for you, bro.
I think, like, the way we beat the Niners is control. We have to win the turnover battle. We weren't winning that early.
100%.
And when we finally do, like, you got to protect the ball and you got to take the ball away from them. I think
And
we
no
could get a
stupid
couple.
fucking special teams touchdowns.
Oh
This
my
Keyshawn Nixon guy really screwed us last time we played it. It's going to be cold. It's going to be a little rainy.
It's going to be great.
I'm worried
42.
about special teams for us. I'm pissed about our punter getting in that touchback late. I want to see special teams step up. that's going to be something I'm watching for.
All right. Hopefully, special teams doesn't fuck up. We control the turnover battle, and let's get a goddamn rushing touchdown. This is
Seriously.
embarrassing.
And a pick six. All of it.
Sure.
Let's get everything.
Yeah, let's have it
Oh, look
all.
at the pumpkins.
Push tush
We can't
touchdown
have it all.
from
Fuck it.
Kirk.
We're a good
Let's
team.
have everything.
All right, Skull Vikes. God bless you all.
Oh, God. That
Take it
was
easy.
terrible.